What's up everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. Apple's iPhone 5 keynote just ended. We got a ton of awesome stuff to recap and run through. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to thank the folks at Nissan's Innovation Garage for sponsoring our iPhone 5 coverage. There was a ton of stuff that was announced, so if you see me look down, it's because I got notes. I got pages and pages and pages of notes here on my iPad. So first, Tim Cook came out and talked about Apple retail stores. They've been awesome. Then they moved over to Mountain Lion, had over 7 million Mountain Lion downloads, the fastest selling version of OS X yet. iPads, they sold 17 million iPads last quarter, 84 million total have been sold. Them is a ton of iPads. And they have now 68% of the tablet market share, and they sold more iPads than any PC manufacturer sold their entire PC lines. Over 400 million iOS devices have been sold, and then that was it. We got right to the iPhone 5. 13 minutes into the event, Phil Schiller came up on stage and we got right to it. And the iPhone 5 is the official name, regardless if it's 6th generation phone or whatever. It's called the iPhone 5. And it looks just like the leaked images. There were very few surprises. So it's made entirely of aluminum and glass, or aluminium, depending on where you live. It's the thinnest and lightest iPhone yet. It's 7.6 millimeters thin. That's 18% thinner than the already pretty svelte iPhone 4S. It weighs 112 grams, so that makes it 20% lighter than the iPhone 4S. Retina display, still there with the 326 ppi, but the screen is bigger to the surprise of no one. 4 inches with a resolution of 1136 by 640. First-party apps have been updated as well to show more information. So calendar shows more information, maps shows all kinds of stuff. Old apps are going to run letterbox, so there'll be a little black around them. A lot of question about how Apple is going to handle old apps. That's how they're going to do it. No upscaling, no pixel stuff. They're just going to be letterbox. And then what I've been waiting for to hear with an iPhone, LTE is coming. Yes, and it's coming to all US carriers that carry the iPhone. AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint are all going to be getting their LTE on, as well as a ton of international markets as well. It's being powered by a new A6 chip. They didn't say if it was quad-core, but we figured if it was quad-core, they would have said something. 2 times faster CPU and 2 times faster graphics compared to the A5 chip. It's going to even exceed the battery life of the iPhone 4S. LTE drains battery super fast, but Apple did some tweaking to make sure battery life was going to be improved. You're going to get 225 hours of standby, 8 hours of LTE browsing. Camera also got a big fatty upgrade. 8 megapixel camera with backside illumination, hybrid IR filter, 5-element lens, f2.4 aperture, dynamic low light, and a new sapphire crystal. It's going to result in 40% faster photo captures. You can shoot 1080p video, get improved video stability and face detection. The FaceTime camera, so now the front-facing camera is also HD. It's 720p. What about that crazy dock connector we've been hearing about? Did it come true? It did! And it's called Lightning. So we now have Thunderbolt and Lightning. It's an all-digital 8-signal design. It's reversible, so you can plug in either way. 80% smaller. Adapter is going to be available for the 30-pin style, so don't worry. And they talked about iOS 6. That was really the gist on the iPhone 5, actually. It's mostly stuff that we'd see, and they showed turn-by-turn in maps, which is great. It works pretty well. You can now share tabs with the desktop. It's quite creatively called iCloud tabs. They're new mail enhancements like VIP, etc. They showed Siri enhancements as well. You can now launch apps by voice. Tim Cook came back. Now we gotta talk about when this phone was going to be available. It's going to be available in 2 colors, black and white. The white version has an aluminum back. The black one has a black anodized backing. Same pricing as the 4S. So 16 gig for $199, 32 for $299, and a 64 for $399. No 128, like people might have thought. September 14th pre-order starts. That's 2 days from today, which is Friday. And it's going to ship the following Friday, September 21st. iPhone 4S got a little cheaper now, 16 gig for $99. And the iPhone 4 8GB version is going to be free. And then Eddie Q came up to talk about iTunes. That was when everybody got up to take a bathroom break. Design is going to be the same as the iPad and the iPhone. I got an edge-to-edge design on desktop, lots of subtle iTunes update, and a new mini player. And then everybody got excited again and they started talking about iPods. And there's a lot of updates to iPods. Let's start with the Nano. For those of you keeping track at home, it's the 7th generation Nano. 38% thinner, it's 5.4 millimeters thin, and it has a wider 2.5-inch multi-touch screen. It's got a home button, going to be available in 7 colors. So it's got an FM tuner with DVR functionality, so you can pause and you can rewind all of your radio stuff, which is pretty cool. You can also watch videos and pictures on it now. It's got a fitness and pedometer stuff built right into it. Bluetooth audio streaming is in there. You got Bluetooth, so if you want to stream to your car, that is now an option. Or Bluetooth headphones during the gym, you keep that tucked into your pocket. It does have the lightning connector, and it's going to give you 30 hours of music playback. And then they got to the iPod Touch, which there's a lot of updates there, but let me go ahead and take a minute to thank our friends at Nissan for hooking us up with some sponsorships for all of our iPhone 5 coverage. They got a lot of cool stuff going on in their innovation garage. Some of the world's best ideas happen in the garage, much like Apple. That's where they were founded, that's where all this stuff was built. Music, computers, electric cars, the list goes on. Well, Nissan's created their own virtual garage to help you bring your ideas to life. It's called Nissan's Innovation Garage. Submitting your ideas is super easy. Go to nissaninnovationgarage.com. Your ideas don't have to be limited to cars, you're only limited by what you can imagine. This is what I would imagine my innovation garage. I'd pull a car in, and panel would come up and pull the car down, and a new panel would come up, so you can have a one-car garage size, but park 2 or 3 cars in it. I've seen these in giant buildings in Europe and Asia. It'd be cool to have it right in your own garage. So go ahead to check them out at nissaninnovationgarage.com and submit all your innovation ideas. So we got all excited over the iPod Nano. What about the other big boy, the iPod Touch? The new one is 6.1 millimeters thin and weighs 88 grams. Aluminum back and a Retina display. Same Retina display as the iPhone 5. It's got the A5 processor in it, same as the new iPad, so it's now gone dual core. Battery life though is super awesome. Can play 40 hours of music or 8 hours of video. Camera also got a serious update. It's a 5 megapixel iSight camera. It's got panorama mode in there as well, as does the iPhone 5. And then they surprised everyone. Apple unveiled a wrist strap, now called the iPod Touch Loop. Apple revolutionized the strap, and it's going to be available in every color. It's going to come standard with every iPod Touch. Siri now found its way to the iPod Touch, so that's pretty awesome. Pricing, $299 and $399 for 32 and 64. It's going to be shipping in October. And then things got a little stranger. The earbuds, whatever you want to call them, that Apple have been shipping with are gone now. We got something new, and they are called Earpods. Earpods. They talked about 3 years in design, how it angles audio, and it's going to sound better. Those are going to be shipping today, but they've included with all of the new products, iPhone and iPads. They look bulbous and sort of pod-like. Anyway, guys, are you excited about the iPhone 5? You're going to be pre-ordering any of the new iPods. Love to hear what you have to say. Of course, we'll have them all right here on Techno Buffalo. Be sure to check us out for the latest and greatest tech news. I'm going to exhale. I'm John Rettinger. I'll see you in the next video.